अगर कोई मुझसे पूछे कि अफगानिस्तान को लेकर चाइना और पाकिस्तान क्या सोच रहे होंगे, मेरा जवाब क्या होगा? मेरा जवाब होगा, टू क्लोज बट येट टू फार। उन्होंने सोचा था कि तालिबान पावर में आ जाएगा और उसके बाद इट इज गोइंग टू बी ए फ्रेंडली गवर्नमेंट इन काबुल, एंड वो करा लेंगे जो वो चाहते हैं अफगानिस्तान से। तो पहला तो क्वेश्चन ये हुआ कि तालिबान पावर में आएगा कि नहीं आएगा। और दूसरी बात, अगर वो पावर में आएगा तो वो कैसा कंडक्ट करेगा? विल इट बी द सेम तालिबान विच इट इज नाउ? राइट नाउ सिचुएशन इज कि वो पाकिस्तान के कहने में चलता है। कल को ये सिचुएशन होगी नहीं होगी, नोबडी नोज, नॉट इवन पाकिस्तान, नॉट इवन चाइना। और दूसरी बात, अब ये भी डाउटफुल है कि तालिबान वहां पर पावर में एज ए सोल पावरफुल फोर्स आ जाएगा। एज द सिचुएशन एस्केलेट्स, इट इज गोइंग टू बी स्टेलमेट, और उस स्टेलमेट को लाने में देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी डाउट कि इंडिया का भी रोल रहना है। अब तालिबान डेलीगेशन चाइना के अंदर है और एंथोनी ब्लिंकन इंडिया में है। कैन यू कनेक्ट द डॉट्स? दोनों के बीच में कोई रिलेशनशिप है? कुछ तो है। साउथ चाइना मॉर्निंग पोस्ट में टॉम हुसैन, जो अपने आप में बड़े एस्टेब्लिश्ड राइटर हैं, उनका एक आर्टिकल छपा। यू नो, यूएस विड्रॉल ओपन्स Pandora's box in Afghanistan. So not only that Pakistan and China and Taliban are active, there are so many players, and some of those players are against Taliban as well. They are so much active and they are gunning for Taliban. If not directly, then indirectly. Tomorrow, if this civil war picks up, as it is, there is a situation of civil war in Afghanistan. You can say today Afghanistan may go to the hand of Taliban way, or maybe that it will be a stalemate. Both the possibilities cannot be disregarded. But out of the entire scenario, if there is a stalemate, what has got China and Pakistan to gain? And as it is now, if they are siding with Taliban 100%, they are into the firing line of so many anti-Taliban forces. And that is what Tom Hussein says. The point is, US withdrew. The initial excitement, yes, we have thrown away a superpower. It is a graveyard of superpowers. All that total excitement has gone away. And now the situation is that everybody is counting his chicks. Suddenly you find lot of activity inside Pakistan and of course on the diplomatic front in China. Now in Pakistan, terrorist activities have increased, और दासू डैम के जो बस का एक्सप्लोजन हुआ जिसमें चाइनीज वर्कर्स मारे गए, उसमें ये क्लियर कट पता चल रहा है कि ऐसी फोर्सेस एक्टिव हैं जो चाइना के अगेंस्ट में हैं और पाकिस्तान के भी अगेंस्ट में हैं. So what suddenly has happened that China and Pakistan looks to be on different page? This particular incident exposed that fault line. और what is that? चाइना का कहना था कि ये एक एक्सप्लोजन का नतीजा है और पाकिस्तान का कहना था कि ये एक मैकेनिकल फेल्योर का नतीजा है. चाइना ने they literally showed a lack of trust in Pakistan's capability. They sent their own team for investigation. Of course, I am sure it was not a pleasure thing for Pakistan, but there was no choice. It's being a client state of China. Second, probably China has lost the faith in Pakistan in as far as their capability to influence Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and Tehreek-e-Taliban Afghanistan. और दोनों के बीच की जो रिलेशनशिप है वो रिलेशनशिप किसी से छुपी नहीं है. So obviously China has got a doubt that Pakistan may find it very difficult and almost impossible to control Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Now, ये एक्सप्लोजन किसने कराया, किसने रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं ली? बट इफ यू गो टू द डिटेल्स एंड इफ यू रीड बिटवीन द लाइंस, तहरीके तालिबान पाकिस्तान शक के दायरे में निश्चित रूप से आता है, हालांकि उन्होंने इसकी कोई रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं ली. Suddenly you find Taliban delegation in China. What interesting coincidence. Almost on the same day, in the same week, Anthony Blinken was in India. इससे आपको क्या पता चलता है? चाइना और तालिबान के बीच में कॉन्टैक्ट्स या कम्युनिकेशन पहली बार हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है। 2019 में भी एक तालिबान का डेलीगेशन चाइना को विजिट किया था, किसी ने नोटिस नहीं लिया। आज जबकि तालिबान एक मिलिट्री ऑफेंसिव के साथ अफगानिस्तान में एक्टिव है, तो सब उसका नोटिस ले रहे हैं कि तालिबान डेलीगेशन लेड बाय मुल्ला अब्दुल गनी बरादार, Qatar, all the way from Qatar. He's the political chief of Taliban. He's the one who led the negotiations with USA. So he's an important person. And now he is meeting the Wang Yi, Chinese foreign minister. तो ऐसा क्या हुआ कि suddenly ये delegation China में आया? Obviously, there are concerns inside China. China की long term economic prosperity के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि उसका जियांगजिंग province पीसफुल रहे, वहां पे इंसर्जेंसी डेवलप ना हो। और दूसरा, अफगानिस्तान के थ्रू जो कनेक्टिविटी है दैट इज ऑफ कोर्स इंपॉर्टेंट, लेकिन पाकिस्तान के साथ जो प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है सीपीईसी, दैट इज इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड आई विल टेल यू हाउ इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इन एडिशन टू दैट, there are other projects which are passing through Xinjiang province and going to Mongolia and Central Asian nations. So this makes the entire situation very very complex. In fact, अगर आप देखें तो तालिबान के साथ जो चाइना का इंटरेस्ट है, वो चाइना के पाकिस्तान के इंटरेस्ट से भी ज्यादा है। और बाय एनी चांस अगर चाइना, पाकिस्तान, तालिबान अगर सेम पेज पे आ जाते हैं, so it can be a very very big gain for each one of them. So China, Pakistan, one way to look at it, they are on the same page in spite of the 5 fault lines, but Taliban उस पेज पे आएगा नहीं आएगा, ये एक देखने की बात है, क्योंकि उसको अपनी आइडियोलॉजी के साथ कंप्रोमाइज करना पड़ेगा। और जो इंसर्जेंट ग्रुप्स हैं, वो जनरली ऐसा नहीं कर पाते। ऐसा देखने में लगता है कि तालिबान अपने आप में एक मोनोलिथ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, which is not a fact. That is why wherever you see, their delegation, you can make out that there are a lot of players inside that delegation. Baradar is supposed to be actually a moderate inside Taliban, but there are total 9 members in this delegation, and you see, this big delegation is indicative of the fact that all the factions of Taliban has been represented, and to my mind it has been on the request of China, because China is so cautious and careful, they don't want to take any chance with any faction of Taliban. So this is the border between China and Afghanistan. On one side you see Pakistan here, and another side you see Tajikistan. So this border is almost, total you can call it almost 70 kilometers. Pakistan and China, they have deployed their troops in this area. That is the latest report. How do they plan to operate in this area? Whether they wish to go inside Afghanistan as a neutral party, or by any chance in an independent role, or maybe along with Taliban, that is yet to be seen. This is yet to be observed. सो चाइना का जो प्रोविंस अफगानिस्तान से लगता है वो जिंगजियांग प्रोविंस कहते हैं, दे कॉल इट ऑटोनोमस रीजन, बट आप समझ सकते हैं कि चाइनीज कम्युनिस्ट सिस्टम में कितनी ऑटोनॉमी किसी प्रोविंस के पास होगी। देयर इज ए insurgency movement which is working there, and this is called the ETIP, East Turkmenistan Islamic Movement. Those people are almost 10 to 12 million. They are basically Muslims of Turkic origin. China is trying to integrate them within the Chinese communist system, and obviously there is a resentment and there is a insurgency, and this is an active insurgency, and they have got support from the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. Now that is very very critical. Now if at all by any chance Taliban becomes the sole power in Afghanistan, there is a problem, and problem is like this. Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan will get a support, no doubt about that thing, in spite of all the influence of Pakistan government which it has got on Taliban. That is one way to look at it. And ETIM will recruit youth, and that will be a threat to BRI. Although that connectivity which is passing through Xinjiang province and Afghanistan. And that is what exactly is the main concern of China. In the same way, by any chance, and that is all probability as of now, Taliban comes to power, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and Balochistan insurgency may get a boost. So now that is why I say Taliban has become very, very important for China. Taliban today is altogether on a different frequency. Tomorrow, once it comes to be most powerful stakeholder in Kabul, it is altogether a different scenario there. So that is the main worry. In fact, if you look at it, as I said before also, चाइना की लॉन्ग टर्म प्रॉस्पेरिटी इस बात पे डिपेंड करती है कि बीआरआई प्रोजेक्ट्स कैसे इंप्लीमेंट होते हैं और जिंगजियांग प्रोविंस के थ्रू सेंट्रल एशिया को, मंगोलिया को एंड ऑफ कोर्स अफगानिस्तान को ये सब प्रोजेक्ट कनेक्ट करते हैं। और उसके अलावा 2007 में एक्चुअली एक एग्रीमेंट भी चाइना ने किया था अफगान गवर्नमेंट के साथ, दैट वाज रिगार्डिंग एक्सप्लोरेशन ऑफ कॉपर इन अफगानिस्तान। वो प्रोजेक्ट बाद में फिर इंप्लीमेंट नहीं हुआ, बट दैट शोज के चाइना का वो भी एक इंटरेस्ट है। कॉपर के अलावा रेयर अर्थ मटेरियल अफगानिस्तान में अच्छे खासे हैं और उनका जो वैल्यूएशन है आजकल $3 ट्रिलियन का है। तो चाइना हैज गॉट ए वेरी एक्टिव इंटरेस्ट इन अफगानिस्तान। अगर बाई एनी चांस अगर यूएसए वहां पर बैठा रहता, चाइना के लिए ये पॉसिबल नहीं था कि अपने बीआरआई प्रोजेक्ट्स वो कंफर्टेबली इंप्लीमेंट करा लेता। बट नाउ it probably sees the opportunity with direct influence on Taliban or maybe through Pakistan or maybe both ways that it can explore Afghanistan for its connectivity, for its mineral reserve and to control the insurgency ETIM in China. So that is the main interest of China, and that is how you see the Chinese delegation, sorry, Taliban delegation inside. So it is very clear कि चाइना को तालिबान से क्या चाहिए। अब तालिबान को क्या चाहिए? तालिबान को फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट चाहिए एंड ऑब्वियसली दे आर लुकिंग फॉर इंटरनेशनल लेजिटिमेसी। इसके अलावा दोहा में जो उनका ऑफिस खुला है उसके बाद से एक एम्बिशियस एक्चुअली ड्राइव उनका देखने में आ रहा है। वो क्या आ रहा है? दे आर लुकिंग फॉर इंटरनेशनल लेजिटिमेसी and they require support of China, and probably because of that region probably they will look for interaction with Indian government as well. They want to be independent player, they want to move around freely in the entire world, they want to raise funds, and Afghanistan has got that potential. Now the political system with Taliban is going to establish in Afghanistan, that is Shariat. उसके साथ इंटरनेशनल लेजिटिमेसी कितनी आएगी वो एक डाउटफुल सिनेरियो है, क्योंकि कोई भी जो इंसर्जेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसको अपनी आइडियोलॉजी चेंज करना मुश्किल हो जाता है। एज ऑन टुडे दे हैव कमिटेड टू चाइना दैट दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू इंटरफेयर। इनफैक्ट पाकिस्तान ने तो ETIM को पूरा क्रश करके रखा हुआ है इनसाइड पाकिस्तान। तहरीक-ए-तालिबान पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट में जितने भी ऑपरेशंस हैं, साथ में उन्होंने ETIM के अगेंस्ट में भी ऑपरेशन चलाए हैं। बट तालिबान इज नॉट पाकिस्तान एंड तालिबान हैज गॉट इट्स ओन आइडियोलॉजी। इट हैज गॉट अल-कायदा विद इट्स एट द ग्रास रूट लेवल। Al-Qaeda is very active, may not be in that number, but it is very active and they are fighting along with Taliban. Now there is another problem as well in Afghanistan, that is ISIS. Today this problem may be in the hinterland, tomorrow it can be seen in big towns and cities. Of course right now it is subdued and Taliban is anti-ISIS and USA recognizes that role of Taliban. सो लेट अस टॉक ए बिट अबाउट द जिंगजियांग प्रोविंस, जो एक ऑटोनोमस रीजन है। इसकी जो टोटल पॉपुलेशन 2018 की है वो 24.86 मिलियन है। इसमें से जो माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप है, जो मुस्लिम माइनॉरिटी, दे कॉल देमसेल्व्स तुर्किक उइगुर पीपल, they are almost 12 to 14 million, and there is a active insurgency because they are not happy within that system. Okay, now which all economic corridors are passing through Xinjiang? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जो अफगानिस्तान को जो भी कनेक्टिविटी है वो जिंजियांग के थ्रू जाने वाली है। उसके अलावा तीन इंपॉर्टेंट इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर हैं जो जिंजियांग के थ्रू जाने हैं। दैट इज सेंट्रल एशिया वेस्ट एशिया इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर, उसके अलावा चाइना मंगोलिया रसिया इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर, and New Eurasia Land Bridge Economic Corridor. Now you see how much importance this Xinjiang province has got for China, and how much important it is for China not to have any insurgency there. Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan has got a very active connections with this insurgency in this province, and tomorrow once Taliban are in power in Afghanistan, it becomes altogether a different scenario. It's such an important area, as you see here. It has got borders with almost every country, almost all the Central Asian nations, and of course Mongolia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India. So it is very, very important for China to have a solid control in Xinjiang province. और चाइना कोई इंडिया की तरह नहीं है। They want to have the entire thing on the tight leash. It is a communist system. ह्यूमन राइट्स की आप बहुत ज्यादा उनके संदर्भ में बात ना करें तो अच्छा है। Now you can see the big picture also. So this is a very, very big region, and it is very important region for China. Now, if you see this Turkestan Islamic Party, which is active there, they have got active movement there. Actually, its headquarters is in Syria. So they have fought actually on ISIS side as well. You know, you can see, and in fact, they have sent the recruits to fight in Syria as well. There is another angle to it. And angle is that these Muslims, they are basically of Turkic origin. So Turkey also finds a interest inside China, and obviously China and Turkey, they have got reasonably okay relations, but as far as this particular issue is concerned, they are certainly not comfortable with this. Now, keeping the entire thing in view, China has already established a very active spy ring inside Afghanistan. In fact, 2020 it was busted also, but then at the higher level it was sorted out. This Turkestan Islamic Party has got a very active collaboration, as I mentioned, TTP and Lashkar-e-Islam. So it's an active insurgency, and China is greatly concerned, and a genuine concern. Now, as far as US is concerned, it has already played a big game actually, and the game is like this. This East Turkestan Islamic movement was banned by UNO. In fact, USA also banned it, but in 2020 they removed it from the list of banned organizations. And they said, their plea was basically that China could not furnish any active evidence against this particular organization, so we are taking it out. It is, you can read between the lines why Trump did it. It is, so clear that, USA considers human rights violations in Xinjiang province more seriously rather than this organization, which they claim is not a terrorist organization right now. Pakistan, in any case, on behalf of China, it has already curtailed the activities of any insurgency which has got any link in Pakistan or in China. So they are very, very clear. In any case, that proves that Pakistan is a clan state. There is no doubt as it is. So do you appreciate the concerns of China? I do. personally. The point is, do they appreciate the concerns of India? Absolutely no. As far as both China and Pakistan is concerned, what exactly they want? They want a friendly Taliban in power in Kabul. They want to propel the insurgency in Kashmir, and Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and ETIM, they both should be crushed. Now, what exactly is India's interest? India's interest is present government continues in Kabul, and any stalemate, and which is going to be there in spite of all the news stories which you find in the newspaper. There is going to be a stalemate after some time. It can be seen very clearly, and that stalemate favors India and of course present government in Afghanistan. That is what is going to happen, and in that case, sooner or later you will find insurgency, that is Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and ETIM in China, getting a boost. Because once the fluid situation comes in a war like Afghanistan, insurgency in neighboring countries always get a boost by default or by design. Thank you for watching my video. I will see you in next video. Thank you.